The area of Shirakami-Sanchi is renowned for its virgin forest and stretches over 130,000 hectares of mountains across the Aomori and Akita prefectures in northern Japan. This untouched forest was formed around 8,000 years ago, and it fosters a highly valuable ecosystem, similar to the Arctic circles 50 million years ago. In 1993, Shirakami-Sanchi, along with Yakushima, became the first UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site in Japan. I'm Julie from Japantravel, and I will be your guide to the enchanting World Natural Heritage Site of Shirakami-Sanchi. Let's discover the ancient forest, waterfalls, hike with a local guide, and admire beautiful landscapes together. One of the best seasons to visit is autumn, around October or early November, when you can see the entire forest glowing in a golden color. Here's what I'm planning to do. The first day, after arriving at Aomori Airport, we'll be heading to the Shirakami-Sanchi Conservation Center to learn more about this World Natural Heritage Site, before visiting Niyogataki Falls and discovering the beech forest. The next day, we will travel around Aomori's coast to see Juniko Lakes, and then learn how the sea is closely related to Shirakami-Sanchi World Natural Heritage Site at the geosite along Akita's Happo coast. Finally, we'll be ending our trip by taking a light walk in Dakedai Education Forest before admiring the beautiful Garo Falls. The closest airports to Shirakami-Sanchi are Aomori Airport in Aomori Prefecture and Odate Noshiro Airport in Akita Prefecture, both with direct daily flights from international airports such as Tokyo's Haneda Airport. The flight takes only 1 hour, and the airports are about 45 km from the World Natural Heritage Site. In general, public transportation is somewhat limited, so it's best to rent a car. By car, you can reach Shirakami-Sanchi in about 1.5 hours from the airports. Welcome to Shirakami-Sanchi. To start our adventure, let's find out why Shirakami-Sanchi was recognized as a World Natural Heritage at the Conservation Center. Shirakami-Sanchi is often called Japan's Forest of Gods and is one of the few untouched forests left in Japan. In the past, many forests like Shirakami-Sanchi existed in Japan, but they slowly got replaced by Japanese cedar to grow building materials. While more and more woodland is becoming artificial, it is getting increasingly important to preserve the existing untouched forests. A great diversity of species lives there. Other than beech trees, Mongolian oak and Japanese wingnut trees grow in Shirakami-Sanchi. The forest is also home to large animals such as Japanese sero, Asian black bear, and over 80 bird species, including the endangered golden eagle and black woodpecker. To sum it up, Shirakami-Sanchi was recognized as a World Natural Heritage to protect the treasures of this beautiful forest for our future generations. We just had our first glimpse of Shirakami-Sanchi at the Conservation Center, and next we're gonna head to Niyogataki Falls. The area of Shirakami-Sanchi is rich in spring water, which originates from the deepest corners of the mountains. One of the significant waterways is the Iwaki River, which, while descending from the mountains, creates many waterfalls, such as the popular hiking destination, Anmon Falls. You can access Niyogataki Falls in 1 hour from Hirosaki Station. There is a free parking lot in front of the entrance. Right now we are at Niyogataki Waterfall, which is another beautiful waterfall spot along the river with a shrine. The whole pond under the waterfall is covered in the yellow leaves, so I really love that part. And the shrine itself is kind of cute. We're now heading to the beech forest. We are now in the forest of Shirakami-Sanchi, which is divided into two zones, the core zone and the surrounding buffer zone. The core zone is highly protected and doesn't allow public access, but we can enter the buffer zone from several entry points, such as here at Anmon Falls. There's a group of mountain people who make the best of the natural offerings of Shirakami-Sanchi's forest. They pick edible plants, mountain vegetables, mushrooms, and hunt wild animals, supplying the livelihoods of local people. They are called the Matagi people. Let's meet a real Matagi and learn about how we can connect to the forest.
どうも、はじめまして。
はじめまして。
工藤と言います。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
こんな感じで。
わあ、素敵。マタギって何ですか？
マタギって山でいろんな仕事、例えば木の伐採をしたり、木を燃やしてその残ったやつで後で暖を取るための煮物したりする炭焼きね、煙でねですね、そういうことをやったり、農業やったりね、そういうのそうっていう、そのマタギの人たちはそういうことを生活をしながら、一年中生活するわけですね。だからその働いてる体を癒すためにどうやっても何かのタンパク源になる食料がないといけないじゃないですか。だから体力を維持したり生きていくために動物の命をもらってそれで元気になるそうです。動物を狩る時に必ず心を鬼にしないと動物は山からの授かり物としてもらえないと、また鬼になる。だからマタギってことは実際には職業とかそういうものじゃないわけね。
The forest here is mainly made of beech trees. Beech trees live up to 400 years and grow up to 80 meters tall. To preserve the forest, when you visit here, stick to the trails and don't step on plants or animals. You might encounter bears, so it's recommended that you walk around with a bell so that bears don't approach you. So cute! And this seed is apparently very nutritious, so many animals eat it. There's a saying, a bag of beech nuts is worth its weight in gold. The beech trees support the ecosystem by producing millions of nutritious nuts, which are loved by animals. This is just one example of how the forest supports its creatures. Good! Better than I expected. Some of the spring water here is so clean, you can even drink it directly. So fresh.すごく楽しくて、いろいろ学びましたので、本当にありがとうございました。Good morning! This is the start of our second day in Shirakami-Sanchi. Today we're gonna visit Juniko Lakes and then we're gonna head back down to the coast, to Happo coast. Right now we're making a brief stop at Oiwa on Aomori's coast. Another beautiful spot around here is the Juniko Lakes in the northwest corner of Shirakami-Sanchi. Juniko Lakes is accessible by car from Hirosaki city, and it's about a 2 hours drive. So apparently there is this big mountain here, and from the top of this you can only see 12 lakes, but there's actually 33 lakes. But because you can see 12 lakes, they call this spot the Juniko. Aoike is one of the most famous spots here, and it's famous for its vibrant blue water, which we're gonna check out now. I got a gift from nature. The water is so transparent, you can even see the fallen leaves and the fallen trees inside the lake. These lakes do not only sustain a great deal of flora and fauna, they are also a healing environment for people who are in need of some forest therapy. We just finished our little trip around the Juniko Lakes, and I really enjoyed the fresh air. And next we're heading to Akita, to the Happo coast. We just arrived at Happo coast in Akita, which is a great place to explore the geological origins of Shirakami-Sanchi. And we're about to meet our guide, Nishide-san, who will explain to us about the changes that occurred millions of years ago that led to the formation of Shirakami-Sanchi, and also about how the forest connects to the sea.
だいたい300万年くらい前から日本全体が少しずつ海からこう盛り上がってきた、場所になってるので、ここの白神山地はその中でも結構速い速度で盛り上がってきた場所なんですね。これから向こうにある中上節理っていう場所に行きたいと思います。白神山地全体が海の底で火山活動があって噴火してできたものがこの辺山。これも海の底でできた岩。向こうを見てもらうと柱のようにこう立ってる。あれが中上節理って。
We just saw the sea coast, and now we're gonna head to the river to learn about how Shirakami-Sanchi connects with the sea.
森は白神山地になるんですけど、そこに雨が降って水が染み込んでいくと下岩盤なので岩、岩なのでその岩にまた水が亀裂から入り込んでいってそれが湧き水になって川になって海に流れ込みます。栄養がたっぷり入った水なので海にも森ができます。
海にも森？
海にも森、
どんな感じですか？海
海藻がいっぱい生えるの。
この辺ですか？
この辺こう一帯ね。
で、
でそこを住処にする魚とか、卵を産みに来る産卵場所にするので、
Today was simply amazing, from walking inside the forest with the lakes to coming out to the seaside and learning about the geology of this place. And then this sunset. So I'm so fulfilled, and it was a beautiful day, and can't wait to do more tomorrow. This is our third day in Shirakami-Sanchi, but unfortunately the weather is not very good. It's a little gloomy. But anyways, we're gonna go to Dakedai Education Forest and see what we can find. Dakedai Education Forest is a 1.8 kilometer hiking course with numerous well-kept, easy-to-traverse courses, and it is perfect for those who would like to have a relaxed hike. Here, the forest soil features a deep humus layer made up by the fallen leaves of the beech trees. Did you know that this layer functions as a natural dam for the forest? It keeps the moisture in during the hot summers and the cold winters too. This 400-year-old giant beech tree was the symbol of Dakedai forest. Unfortunately, recently it has fallen, but I can still feel the spirit of this tree lingering around. And actually, even when a tree falls down, it is not dead, because it still is part of the forest ecosystem, and it not only provides a home to many animals and plants, but it also provides more light to the new generation of trees. We just finished here at Dakedai Education Forest, and it was amazing. We went on every possible route we could in the end because it didn't rain that much. Shirakami-Sanchi is a perfect place to enjoy chairing. Chairing is an outdoor activity that enhances nature experience. Chairs can be placed in a riverbed, and you can enjoy it while making coffee with the spring water, or even by having a meal. You can try the chairing experience nearby here in Fujisato, Akita, from late spring until the end of September. And now let's head to Dairakyo Gorge and Garo Falls next. We just arrived at Garo Falls and I feel like it's going to be amazing. So this wraps up our Shirakami-Sanchi trip. This was our last location and it was beautiful and I really enjoyed the whole trip. And I feel so lucky to come here in the autumn season as everything was full of these golden leaves and it was just beautiful. Even if it rains, it had this spooky mood to it, so I loved all of it. And lastly, I'm hoping to show you the soul food of Aomori, the miso curry butter ramen. Seems like we found our special ramen shop, so I can't wait to try. Smells like curry, but also there's a lot of milk in here. Wow. So good. I love it. I just finished my incredible ramen here, and I think this was the perfect way to end our trip to Aomori and Akita. Shirakami-Sanchi surpassed all my expectations. The landscape, formed by the combination of the mountains, the sea, and the forests, was like no place else in Japan. Personally, this 3-day trip helped me to give myself a break, a precious time to reflect about my life and feed my creativity. I was living in the moment while capturing the autumn leaves, the sunsets, and the glimpses of nature's life. It made me realize how important it is to preserve this natural heritage for future generations. I hope you enjoyed the trip with me and make sure to put Shirakami-Sanchi on your destination list. Stay tuned for other discoveries in Japan.